right, everybody. Well, it looks like it is 10 o'clock right on the dot. And we are doing good today. So let's just jump in there and if we remember how to have a team meeting, it seems like it's been a couple of weeks, right?
It has.
It's been a couple of weeks because we did ALC last week, and the week before that we had awards. Anybody go to award ceremony? What'd you think of that? Was that all right?
Love the location.
Love the location. What else?
Very
Nice. Nice. Okay. Any other feedback? Anybody hate it? Ryan, I knew it. Hated it.
Does that seem like a good fit as some place to do that annually based on our size? Cool. Well, we can just cram in here. Okay.
Good breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that was Hy-Vee. If anybody's looking for some good breakfast, Hy-Vee catered it. So anyway, I appreciate the feedback. I overall think we did get some great feedback. So we'll probably do it again there next year, I would imagine. Don't really see a reason why not to. All right, let's jump in as we always do. Tell me something good. Tell me something good. And I'm going to get this out of the way while you think about it. There we go.
I'm not in last place in the brackets.
Same. I'm still in it.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Who's it? Stephanie's leading, right? Yes. Harry's coming for you, she said.
It's ladies in top 3.
Ladies in the top 3. And Lonnie's in 4th. What's that? It is. It's Stephanie and Alex today.
Happy birthday. Give it up.
Almost legal. I know. Very good. Awesome. And Stephanie was legal last year, so it's all good. Oh, just last year. All right. All right. Who else? Tell me something good. Yes, Laura. All right. Well, from what I hear is you should probably head to the airport now and get in line. That's good. That's good. The other airports for sure. Well, that's exciting, Laura. What else? What else we got that's something good? Anybody on spring break or your kids on spring break? Not this week.
Is that over?
Next week?
Oh, next week. Oh, okay.
Summer, yeah, I think sometimes they put it around Easter, which is a little later this year. What else? Yes, Stacy. But you found one. All right. Good job. That's exciting. Okay, you just put on your tennis shoes and start running. Oh, good. I love that. Good job. Congrats. Ryan?
I've had a couple of things that are Finn Farms has officially expanded. We closed on 10 more yesterday.
Oh, sweet.
Excited about that. But more than that, both of our girls have notified us that they are both pregnant.
Oh, nice.
On September 19th and September 20th.
Oh my God.
For both boys.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. I love that.
Good luck beating that one.
All right. Paul, I don't know how we beat that one. That is something good. That is very good stuff. I love that. That'll be so exciting. All right, Paul, top that. No.
You're gonna have an expensive Christmas.
Yeah.
We've got, Friday, we hosted a multi-chamber event here. Randy came, Chris came, she's here.
Yep,
And
she is.
Tom, a member, so he was there. Who else? Yeah, there. And it was good to see them. We had about 45, 50 people.
43.
43.
43.
And she probably didn't count me. But it was a good turnout. Belton and Raymore Chambers were here. And if you guys aren't a member of a chamber, it's worthwhile, even if you live in the Summit, maybe join the Summit one. It'd be worthwhile to meet people, even if it's referral partners for plumbers and stuff like that. So.
If you're not a member of those chambers, they still let you come to like a coffee or something without being a member to kind of meet people and see how you feel about the group. And Scooters provides the coffee. So
It was a really great event.
So if you like Scooters coffee, at least go for free coffee and meet people.
Very good. Very good. It was cool to have a bunch of people from the community leaders, community business owners, all in this place. By the way, it gets really loud. I noticed the acoustics of this building was a little, but we're not used to having that many conversations. So a lot of conversation. It was great energy. It was really great. So good job. Anybody else? Something good?
Got a quiet group today.
I know.
Been a while.
Been a minute. We're a little rusty. Oh, here we go. We got some
Okay.
units. Okay, Kay, what you got?
Missouri and Kansas.
I like it.
Why do you say that, Miss Kay?
Gary, that man still is mentally sharp. The cancer is going to be winner. And my grandson Tony's getting married on St. John Island this weekend. I get to go and have a great time. But I'll tell you the most important is this group of people. The caring and prayers. I tell you, people don't know how great you all are and how between.
Give it up for Kay.
Well,
That's wonderful.
well, we really care about you, Miss Kay. You mean you're very special to us, and I'm sorry you're going through a tough time with Gary. So you are in our thoughts and prayers, and we'll continue to be so. And hope you have a great trip. Yeah. All right, did I see another hand? Yep, Ashley.
Since we last had a team meeting, I posed my first and second field.
Woo! First and second.
Nice.
Good job. Good job.
That's exciting.
5 teams on fire.
Slated for Star Wars.
May 4th. Got it. All right. Last chance. Something good. Yes.
I'm dressed this way because I just turned 60. So today it was my physical at 7:30 for 2 hours. And some of the things that go along with your age 60 physical are not enjoyable. So this is what we got today. But every year I take 8 guys to a golf trip, and it's usually somewhere pretty epic like Pebble Beach and all that. But this year was a place called Pinehurst. Pinehurst is like the founding area for golf in the United States. And all the buildings were built in the early 1900s, yet everything is just top end. And if anybody's into golf and wants to experience something amazing, Pinehurst, North Carolina is just not only beautiful, but the golf is epic. So every day I set up golf, we have caddies, the whole thing. It's extremely well done. But with the day we played Pinehurst number 2, which is the legendary course where they play the US Open, getting ready to play it again here in 2 years. It's so freaking hard. You stand on the tee and just can't believe what you're looking at. But if you can figure out how to make a birdie on any of the par 3s there, they give you a gold coin that says you made a 2 on a par 3 is a birdie on their famous number 2 course. So we're all laughing with our caddies because none of us are great golfers. We're okay, but we know how difficult the holes are and all that stuff. So we take off. I get out there. I'm all over the course, but on the first par 3, it's like 190 yards with this green that's up on the top of a hill. Somehow I hit it to 4 feet and made the putt. So we're celebrating. We're running around like it was a hole in one. And then, because I mean, it was pretty improbable. Trust me, if you saw the difficulty, I cannot see. It's not Hoots Hollow. It is not Hoots Hollow in Pleasant. But anyway, so I run in the bar afterward. I'm so excited. I got my gold coin. So they're taking pictures of me biting on it and all this, like it was a gold medal. But yeah, even if you're not into golf, stop in Pinehurst, North Carolina. It's just the village of Pinehurst. It's not real congested. It's just one of the coolest places I've ever been.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Look like good weather maybe, or?
Weather was perfect. We got
Good.
lucky on all fronts, and we always time it the first week of the NCAA basketball tournament, so we can golf all day. And then we get our rooms, and then they rent us some kind of suite. They called it the library. It's about the size of this room with TVs and couches and catered food and all that, so the guys have a place to gather. And that's just basically smack talking on the basketball that's going on. So
Awesome.
and Missouri and Kansas both get knocked out, so that was kind of a bummer. Anyway, all good.
Bummer. Well, I also want to, I don't know, I'm sure he can hear me because Caesar.
Mhm.
Want to give shout out to him. He did compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament, pretty tough competition over the weekend, put himself out there, competed with a competition purple belt. Caesar's a blue belt. So if you know anything about it, so the guy's a little more experienced and a higher belt. And Caesar gave him a run for his money for a good 5 minutes straight. Yes.
had to go watch Ryan cook up that. Well, and I'll tell you, this guy had Caesar by the leg and was cranking his heel, and a lesser man would attack. I was afraid for him. I'm like, this leg's gonna break off. Not his leg, of course. But he hung in there. He got his foot out of there. Just hung with this guy that was much more experienced. He did so well. Didn't come away with a win, but he handled himself very well there. Imagine it's on a platform. It's 4 feet above the surface. Everybody's watching. There's 1,000 people in the room. Lights, disco ball. Maybe
Yeah.
disco ball.
They had stuff like that.
So it's a lot of fun and a lot of pressure at the same time to perform. He did excellent.
Well, and he was, 50 years old. And, this is kind of new. He's been at this 3 years. He's done really well. But, so I'm just really proud of him. And I know now, see, I thought, well, let's just get this competition thing out of his system. But now I think he's going to, I don't know. I think it's got to. He's going to keep going. Well, first of all, now he's got to go get redemption. He's got to go redeem himself, and because he is a warrior and a competitor. So I don't know if maybe this weekend. I don't know.
How about
Anyway.
pickleball instead?
Pickleball.
Yeah. Where they're not trying to pull a kneecap out of.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
I've seen that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, then the last thing before we move on, I would like to introduce our guest, if that's okay. We want to tell us who you are, tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Catherine Scribina. I just got my real estate license and I'm excited to get started. I'm a stay-at-home mom to 2 little kids, and my husband is an associate pastor at a church. So we're excited to get started.
Well, we're excited.
Incredible singer.
Oh,
Tony.
I was like, how'd you know that?
we're so happy to have you, Catherine, and welcome to the team. Welcome to the Keller Williams family. Yeah.
Welcome aboard. Yay. Give it up for
Yeah.
Catherine.
Passing that test, getting the license, that's a big deal. So congratulations. All right. We do want to hear from, let's see if I can advance the slide. How do we do this?
Need more good stuff.
All
Yep.
right. There we go.
You need my help?
Because Bonnie, help with the technology. All right. We do want to hear from our preferred vendors. There we go. Preferred vendors. Let's start with Coppelt with Lisa Hutchings. Give it up for Lisa.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to be taking a little bit of Todd's time. Right now, cashier's checks. Cashier's checks over 100,000, as you know, we have to call and actually have those verified. We are consistently having Bank of America and US Bank just flat out state that they will not verify them. We don't know why. They're their cashier's checks. We're not asking for them to give us their bank balance. We're giving them the information, but they just don't do it. We had one lady at the bank, the Belton location, that finally agreed to give us verification on one. We of course kept her number, but we don't know if that'll continue. So I'm only putting that out there because if you have someone that says, hey, I'm getting a cashier's check for closing for my $150,000 from Bank of America, we might want to redirect them to maybe send a wire instead. So just I'm throwing that out there. The other thing is we have, as Coppelt, switched over to issuing homeowners policies. The homeowners policy is very similar to the just straight owner's policy, except for, as you see on your flyer, it offers a lot more additional coverages for buyers. So I wanted to point that out, that is something that we've started doing. Not every transaction qualifies, has to be owner occupied, has to be purchased by an individual, not an LLC. So there are some qualifications that the seller would have to be able to sign their owner's affidavit in regards to there hasn't been any structural changes that cause encroachment issues, those types of things. So not every transaction qualifies for it, but the majority will. So that just kind of gives you an idea. The biggest thing that people talk to us about is fraud protection. You can, late night TV, you can sign up for whoever fraud protection that you can get and purchase those coverages from them. But what those entities do is they just simply call and tell you or notify you when someone has transferred a deed that you're not aware of. That's a service actually that Cass and Jackson already offer for free. You can go online, sign up for that, and if there's a deed that transfers, they'll notify you saying, hey, this deed transferred. What you do beyond that for those two examples, that is hiring an attorney, getting that fought, a fraudulent transfer deed. What the coverage offers is that our underwriters take it a step further. They actually help you get it resolved. So it's not just left up to you to figure out how the heck to get someone that's transferred your deed fraudulently, get that resolved and get it back in your name. So, which was one of our biggest driving factors. We don't see a ton of it here in the Midwest. There's a lot of it coastal. As everything, it'll be headed our direction. It is headed our direction. So it was an important thing. The other thing to that is if someone has an existing owner's policy, you can add an endorsement that provides fraud protection. It doesn't provide everything that the homeowner's policy offers, but it offers the fraud protection. There is a fee for that. You have to fill out the affidavits, you have to qualify, all of those things. But it is something that you could add if you chose to do so. We can even add that endorsement to a policy that was issued by someone else. So I'm going to use Kansas City Title as an example because they're no longer in existence. If Kansas City Title, for instance, issued out the owner's policy and you had a client saying, oh my gosh, I heard about this, I really want this fraud protection thing. As long as it's written on one of the underwriters that we use, that Kaufelt uses, we can offer that endorsement. Again, there is a charge to that, qualifying, etc. As part of some of the big points that I wanted to make on this homeowner's policy is that in the first 5 years of ownership, the coverage increases by a percentage. So as your equity in your home, the homes increase, that policy in that first 5 years will increase. So your coverage increases. Regular's owner's policy, you purchase it for $250,000, that's what you're covered for, is $250,000. Okay, the homeowner's policy lets it increase for that first 5 years. And also improvements that were done on the property that weren't permitted, those potentially can be a covered item also. So those are things that a new buyer would know about. Okay, FinCEN, because it would not be a meeting without talking about FinCEN. That has been in the news lately. Texas had a ruling, a judge stating that it is a violation of the Bank Secrecy Act, therefore FinCEN is not a thing. That is actually under review. There's another side to that the Fed said that this judge had no right to be able to rule that. So as it stands now, FinCEN is still a thing. We still have to deal with FinCEN. I just, again, because it's been out there in the news, I kind of wanted to make that point that that is still an active situation. I think that's it.
All right, thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Well, Todd, I think she took your time, so oh, stop it. All right, give it up for Todd Franzen with Fairway Mortgage. Okay.
Son, it wouldn't be a meeting to be talking too long. All right, so sometimes I don't have great news to share. 3 weeks ago, I came to this meeting and I said, how do you spell the Strait of Hormuz? Remember that? Okay, it's still impacting us. So gas prices haven't fallen, right? So oil supply, you can argue one way or the other. Mortgage rates have stayed up a little bit, okay? We were on this great little downward trend. We got to about 6 on a 30, and now we're in the upper 6s on a 30. Okay, so will this last? Not permanently, but it's dragging on longer, I think, than a lot of us thought. Just to give you guys a heads up, okay? Your award ceremony, I wasn't able to attend. I was in California celebrating with my colleagues at Fairway for having a good year. So and appreciate your guys' support. Any questions on the Strait of Hormuz? Because I've learned more. I used to think it was the Strait of Vermouth, like in a martini. I had no idea. I went to Belton. What, Ryan?
Yeah. How wide is the pitch point there in the straight?
25 miles, I think, at its width, 22. Pretty close. You would think 20 some miles they could navigate through that sucker, but when there's a threat of being shot at, that's,
Missiles flying across.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that gets resolved, in very shortly. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. All right. Well, we've got Ron and Jordan with Pillar to Post. Good to have you guys here today.
Backs out a little bit, so I'm hobbled. It's not good for the golf
Too
team.
much golf.
Yeah. When we inspect, we like to get your clients as much info as possible. And we've kind of been going through this little spell of lots of things in the home, blocking areas that we can't get to inspect. And pets. We had an inspection a couple of weeks ago. The electric panels in the garage, along with this big barking, not so friendly dog, not in a kennel. So just to kind of as a courtesy, if you could tell the sellers, to be aware of those things. We're going to try to get into these places and see things. We open bedrooms or room up and it's just full of stuff and we can't see the floor, the walls, test the outlets, the window, get to the windows. And we want to be able to do that so your client has a lot more information about the home. So just something to think about when we're coming to inspect, to maybe give that courtesy call to the homeowner or the selling agent to maybe clear some space for us to get in there and look at things. So also, we've seen most of you lately. We've inspected for a lot of you, so we appreciate that. Keller Williams is going to have a great month based on what we've been doing. So thank you for all your support.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Let's go with Buffy with Royal Roofing and Solar. Give it up for Buffy.
There is a new product out on the market and it is called HailGuard and it's made by Teamco and it comes with a 20-year warranty for hail. We are one of the only 3 contractors here in Kansas City that can offer the 20-year warranty. So it's a big deal knowing that we just got a huge hailstorm up in Parkville. This is going to be an upgrade, but they are willing to take on the risk up to 3 inches of hail. It has been tested. We have actually, Austin took a hammer to some of these shingles. The day it was delivered here in Kansas City, I went and picked up some because we wanted to test it for ourselves. And we have done, our kids took hammers to it and you cannot see any granule loss. You cannot see any indentions. It does not tear the matting on the back. So with insurance companies making a lot of changes on homeowners policies for deductibles and lower coverages, you may want to talk to your customers about this new product because it is innovative and insurance companies, it's been tested beyond class 4. So right now they can only obtain a class 4 discount for this, but they are in the process of getting it tested for class 5 or 6. There's some videos on our Facebook page of them throwing baseballs at it repeatedly and you're not going to see any granule loss. They dropped some steel balls from an airplane onto it. You're not going to see any granule loss. So it is a very, very new product, but it is amazing. So we are one of 3 that can offer the 20-year hail warranty here in Kansas City. So with us being in a hail zone, maybe something that we can talk further about. I'd talk to Laura about maybe doing a lunch and learn to give you guys some more information and maybe put a demo to where you guys can hit it yourself and see. So
Let's do that.
yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you, Buffy. All right, Ryan Couvert, he is here, but I'm going to talk about you good to
I'll be doing a
lot of talking coming up from Ryan. Awesome. And then Matt Miller, Rusty had some stuff coming up, so we're gonna move on. Want to move on to our ALC spotlight with the growth committee. So Paul Fife, you want to come up and give us an update from your committee?
Oh,
Good morning. We had a meeting last week. There are 5 of us there. Lonnie joined us. That was kind of cool to have a senior member there. And then he's a senior. senior. He's more experienced. How about that? So he's right up there with Darren. But anyways, we'll move on. So growth committee, one function of the growth committee is to help us to recruit and find new members, new agents to join us and help with this. Another one is to take a little of the work, both of them, or take a little bit of work off of Brandy's load. And one thing that happens a lot with our business is we get stuck in our own head and we hold ourselves back. And sometimes if we're newer agents or maybe even been here a little while, maybe our business hasn't progressed like we'd like it to. So I've been digging into this a little bit, and I've had a couple different versions of kind of self-reflection questions that would maybe help us identify things that would help us go forward and make some changes. And I've recently printed up the newest copy, and I think it's best done in kind of a one-on-one setting over coffee here. I don't know. Just sitting down and talking. If any of you guys or ladies want to sit down and kind of talk about, if you're stuck and you want to have some improvement and you're not real sure what it's going to take to get to the next step, maybe this can help out. And I'd love to take an hour or so and sit with you sometime and talk about it. So thanks.
It's awesome, Paul.
Appreciate that.
And I wanted to add to that. Yeah, thanks for letting me sit in on that. Hopefully I'll be invited again. But, we sat there for an hour or so here in the training room, and just the conversation around all that, I found that really enlightening. Everybody's got blind spots, and everybody goes through periods of time in their business where they think they cannot do this anymore, or that everything they touch is turned into, what? It's just part of the process, guys. But being around other people that are going through the same thing is very helpful, very helpful. So
Very good.
I enjoyed
Yes.
it. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Take Paul up on that. Sometimes just having a conversation is all you need. So appreciate that. Here's our schedule coming up. I'm going to talk about most of that here in a minute. One thing I want to highlight, we've got contracts with Sandy Paxton next Monday. Sandy's going to be here teaching on different contracts, exclusive buyer agency, exclusive right to sell, the actual contract, whatever you want to know about. And Sandy, you could always speak to that. I don't know, and you won't be doing all the contracts. We won't have enough time for that, but that's Monday at 10 a.m. So if you'd like a refresher, if you've never seen one, that'd be a great class to come to. So the rest of it I'm going to hit in a minute. Today, after team meeting, you'll want to stick around for the lunch and learn with Ryan Couvert, wherever he went, with Movie Co. He's going to teach us how to edit videos and make social media videos for ourselves that look really good. If some of you are struggling with that, like, hey, I feel like I should know how to do this and I don't, or I'm not very good at it, or I work way too long. It takes me 3 hours to put something out. He's going to teach us how to do it. And I told him, I said, break it down for us real simple, step by step by step. And so that's what he's going to be doing today after team meeting. Caesar is going to be grilling burgers for us. So that is the lunch. Ryan has the learn. Even if you didn't RSVP, you still can stick around. We got 40 burgers. So after they're gone, we'll eat chips or something different. But anyway, feel free to stick around after team meeting. We appreciate Ryan doing that for us. There it is, contract writing. I didn't realize we had a slide. Next Monday, 10 a.m. with Sandy Paxton. All right, anybody like tacos and or tequila? So Marsha and Laura, do you want to say anything about this? Oh yeah, just put you right on the spot. Both of your favorite things. To the message, then I'll count that as your RSVP. Perfect. So go to Facebook, say I'll be there. That's your RSVP. Yeah. Next year, Alex. Next year. It's like an agent happy hour kind of thing. It's just get together, have fun with each other. And so let us know that you'll be there. I believe Mojitos is catering it. Is that right? So there we go. Come hang out with us from 5 to 7 here in the training room next Wednesday. So there is another CE class coming up. This one, it's on mold. It's on mold. So the 3 hours of mold is what we're going to have for you. But we thought that was good. We haven't had this class come through here or this guy. He is with some inspection group, I forget, Metro One. And he's coming to bring in that's April 24th, a free 3 hours of CE class elective. Sign up here, or it'll be on Facebook. And you sign up to him, and like, again, we'll cap it at 30 agents. So the first 30 get to sign up. And I believe we'll have one more after this that I know of. After that, you may be on your own. I don't know how many more opportunities you're going to have free CE brought right here to the Market Center. They're always on Fridays. Sorry. All right, let's do this. Let's do who's got buyers, sellers, open houses? What do we got going on out there? Who's got listings? Stacy, what you got?
3 bedrooms, split, in very good shape, nice, backyard,
310.
over 5 floors length.
Okay. I've been looking over there. Those houses are going fast right now. Okay, I'm gonna be over there on that one. I'm coming. Very good. Okay. So what else? Who else has got a listing coming in? So coming up, or yep, Josh.
I'm going live this afternoon in Independence, 3900 Circle Drive, 4-bed, 3-bath, 243. They just completed the remodel, pretty much everything in this is big unfinished basement.
Okay, great. 243. Nice. Ryan?
I've got one coming on in Dalton and already met over there. It's gonna be on Gate Street. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, story and a half. Really well done. It's been updated over the years. It's also got a she shed in the back, and then they also have an awesome back patio that they covered as well. So they've done some pretty cool upgrades, 3-car garage, and it's at the market at 400.
Nice. Okay. Very good. Jen, what you got?
I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-level living, lots of room on the main level with a basement in Archie for a 315 that comes on the market this Saturday. It is, I believe, 2002 or 2004, 2006 built. I think it'll go pretty fast. It's 315. And then I believe my house at Drexel actually got a contract on it. We should get it today. So fingers crossed.
All right.
All right. Good deal.
Good.
Very good. Yep. Paul?
For the buyer need, I've got a couple, they'll be selling their home in Belton, but they're looking for a place with a ranch or at least main level, most stuff on the main level. And then they need a shop, they have a business, they need to relocate, current location of who's being sold or has been sold. So they want to move and they have it all on the property. So going all of this area down to Harrisonville, they're pretty, I'm there 5.
Okay. Very good. Ryan?
I've got our ranch coming on the market on 10 acres, small shop on it, and it's off the Y Highway. It's kind of seen pre-MLS to be at the market in 3 or 4 weeks. The house needs some love, so it's the market 350. So 10-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 up, and opportunity in the basement as well. But they definitely need to touch up inside, renovated, but great opportunity. House, everything's functional on the house.
Gotcha. Lonnie, what you got?
5 house on 5 acres on Holla Lane in Harrisonville, 469.9. By the way, this guy interviewed, I found out 5 different agents, and every contractor in Cass County for all the things on his house. But anyways, for some reason he picked us. So that was exciting. And then I have one going pre-MLS today right here in Remington. It's a California split, 3-car garage, so 4, 3, and 3. Should be, we'll determine price today, but around 360. It is, the gentleman lives in it very clean, but it's the original stuff from when the house was built. Could use a little carpet here and there, maybe some touch-up painting, but we're not doing either. So we'll price it about 10 grand below what would comp out to do those things. So if somebody wants something turnkey right here, let me know. We'll probably start showing it Monday or Tuesday.
Nice. Hey. Yes.
We are doing a progressive brokers open tomorrow with some other local agents down in our area. So we'll have 4 houses open in Adrian from 11 to 2. You can get appetizers, lunch, dessert, and there'll be different door prizes and drawings.
What day is that?
Tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
11 to 2 tomorrow. Okay. All right. Yes, Joanna.
you've got older people that are looking for one level, you know, that course, come check out all the houses.
Mhm.
There's some nice ones.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes.
another nice little fixer upper and system. That's what it's like on Monday, and 3 bedroom, bath, side split. Had some foundation issues. They spent $30-some thousand on their cabin house. Did some updating on the inside, there's cracks in the wall, things like that. But overall, the house is structurally sound and some updating in the market.
Okay, great. Tricia?
Active on Sunday, the 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath, over 3,000 square feet, 3-car garage, master on the main level, finished downstairs, non-conforming 5th bedroom, and a fourth garage. And they bought the lot behind them, so it's 0.6 and an acre here in Raymore for $520.
Okay. I love hearing all these new listings coming on. There's some cool houses coming. Good job, Southland.
Can we talk about a lead gen idea that I think you guys might want to consider? We just went on 2 appointments that were based on lead generation activities that I did during the winter when nothing was going on. But one was I created an investor letter to all the people in the county that own multifamily. We pared that down. I think there's 120 people total. And now I've got 1 call to list a duplex, which is coming up in Peculiar in the next week or 2, and then 2 buyers that are looking. So now we're just waiting for the right things to come on. So these activities, guys, if you're intentional about them, can make that phone ring. It may not ring immediately. In this case, it took a couple months. In fact, I think the comment from my office was, gosh, we haven't got anything off that. So, and now it's coming, right?
Yeah.
So another thing we did is we sold a house in a subdivision, and then once the house closed, instead of just doing your normal marketing around it, which is great, we got a little more intentional and went into that subdivision, large subdivision, and looked for any house that expired or canceled in the last 3 years. And there was let's just say there was 20 houses that fit that didn't sell, right? Okay, if they sold later, that don't follow up on them. But then we sent a letter to all those people saying, hey, just closed a house in your subdivision. I can see why you like your area so much. If selling is still something you have in your near-term plans, please reach out to us, as not only myself, but people in my office have buyers for your location. So that's just went out. So you watch what'll happen. I'll be happy to report back, but I will get a couple calls off that every single time. The guy that called me yesterday to list the one over here in Remington, he remembered me from 2 different meetings, one in 2015 and one in 2019. Okay. Not in my database, not even in my database. So we had meetings somewhere, more than 7 years ago. Thankfully, he kept my business card.
Thankfully.
So, yeah.
Good.
Because
Good.
my system, my process wasn't there he wasn't in the triangle, in other words.
Right.
So he went from the general public to right here all overnight.
Very good. Yeah, Ryan.
This is the reason why you want to be calling on your database right there, because Lonnie's out there sending letters to people.
Yes, he is.
Lonnie, to your point, we had a letter like that show up at one of our clients' house. They had help care and had to take their house off the market, and so they got this letter that says, hey, it's not your fault, your house didn't sell, it might have been your agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they laughed. That's funny, but if you're not calling on your people, they're going to get these letters.
It's true.
Want to stay in touch with them, so make sure you're calling on your clients.
Well, and if we think that we're the only realtor that they know, we're sorely mistaken. They know a lot of realtors. And their name is in our database, and they're probably, I bet you if we all looked at our database, we'd be like, hold on, they're mine. And how do you know them? And, it's true. It's true. So I like, all right. Any last minute buyers, sellers, open houses you want to tell us about? If you think of it later, put it in the Facebook group. Let's do it that way. All right. Yay for our broker, Darren. Give it up for Darren.
For Darren.
Great.
Off lead-based paint.
They can hear you guys.
I've only got a couple of things. One was on the lead-based paint form, which should be next. Hannah and I talked about this. When this first came out, I kind of thought it might be a misprint or something. But on G, you as the agent assisting the buyer would only inform the seller in the case of a FSBO. So you're over-signing if you're selling a listing. You don't need to sign this because you don't know the seller. You're not allowed to talk to the seller. The listing agent has already taken care of that. So we're seeing some that are signed in both. Guilty. But you don't need to sign that second one because if it's a listing, if it's a FSBO, yes, you need to have the seller fill out this form and let them know that they have to disclose if they know if there's lead paint. What?
Only if you're working with a for sale by owner. That's-
Yeah, if it's a listing, you're not going to be in contact with the seller if it's listed by anybody else. If you're selling your own listing, you still really, you don't need to list or do that one. It'd be on a FSBO. Yeah, I mean, if the house is older than 78,
G is for FSBOs.
yeah, G is for FSBOs. What was that, Jim?
Correct.
Yeah. But if you're representing the buyer, ignore G unless it's a FSBO.
Easy enough. Appreciate that.
So for compliance, do we need to put NA in there?
Nah. Let's keep it simple. Simple's good. I got one more. Pet peeve of mine, it always has been and always will be. And Lonnie's. How can the basement have
That's my listing.
as many, the first one I pulled up just to have a picture was one of our listings, but she had it right.
Right.
This was, I don't know,
Jenny from
Jenny at Century 21 or
Mhm.
Platinum. How can there be as much finished basement when you've got 440 feet of garage? This would only be possibly 800 square feet, right? I mean, went to Belton, Todd, but I think that's math. It can't be as big. If it's a true ranch, of course, it'd be the same number. Pet
Do you guys
peeve,
get that?
I
Does
see
everybody
it all
get
the
that?
time.
Okay, these are all over the place in the MLS
Yeah.
by a handful of companies especially, and no one polices it. And you pull them up and you're like, oh, is no one paying attention at all?
Yeah.
When I would say, because I saw that, I posted in the group yesterday about somebody looking for an.
That's why
attorney.
this is here.
I figured somebody in Lee Summit's looking for a real estate attorney to go after. I don't know their deal, their details, but they're trying to say, hey, what we were told we bought isn't exactly what we have. So who do I sue?
I'm not done.
No,
I
you're
was
good.
just trying to
No,
get
it's okay.
Get you on the hot
I'll
mic.
just. So that's something, so if we're taking a listing, thank you, Darren. If we're taking a listing that somebody else sold previously and we're filling out, autofill that MLS sheet, double check your square footage. Don't just go with what the last agent put in there. That's a good way to get in trouble real quick. Because I had it explained to me one time by an appraiser saying, hey, we've got to get the square footage right. He said, if we say this house is this big, they call and do a whole house full of carpet and they get sold a much lower number. They're going to know real quick that their square footage was off when they first bought the house. They didn't buy as much house as they thought they were buying. So it's kind of a big deal.
Same as a room size. If you put the living room that's actually 14.4, if you put 15, because we can't put inches we still can't do inches in the. So you go to 15, they buy a 15-foot couch and it's 6 inches too long. They could be upset.
I don't think you can do the point. I don't believe you can, but
Well, even 0.4 would be inaccurate because inches. But anyway, round down is my point.
round down.
Hey, I see people who disclaimer about this buyers or agent's responsibility to measure. Does that matter?
I don't know. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk to attorneys about
I've
it?
never done it. That's why I'm asking if that makes a
I
difference.
think it's a good idea to put that in there, of course.
If you don't have that disclaimer in all of your listings, go to your listings now and put that in there. That needs to be in there. It defers to the buyer's agent to verify all, what's the term? Where's Hannah?
HOA, square footage, school district, boundary lines, taxes, all things.
It may not keep you out of getting into a legal snafu, but at least gives you a leg to stand on. We're like, hey, we put this on you to double check this information, especially if square footage is critical to you. You should have checked. So but that's a requirement for our office going forward. So just so we're clear. If you guys see them without that, anything that in compliance without that statement, please let us know.
Can we share the
The verbiage, yeah, we can.
Yep.
In the room breakdown in MLS, you can do decimals, but you can't in the literal.
Thank you.
But then decimals are gonna be inaccurate because we got 12 inches, not 10.
Well, this one says 14.11.
I can't do that. Just round down, please. Last thing, just like FinCEN, I'll bring it up again. Your name on a contract has to be exactly what your license says, with or without middle initial. Full name, not an abbreviation, unless you have filled out a fictitious name thing with the Secretary of State. I haven't even looked into Kansas yet, but Missouri, and this is for newer agents, probably as much as anything, either what you put on a listing agreement or a buyer agency has to be the same as your license, with or without initials, all the fun things. And if you want to look into fictitious names, let me know. I can show you how to do it. It's not easy, but we can get through it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks, Darren.
Yes.
Can I add something? Okay, so Jenny with Century 21, solid agent. She's so fired up. She's been putting videos about her new listing, and then boom, here it comes. And that's out there. And one of our sharp agents is showing it, and she's just upset because one agent after another is treating her like she doesn't know what she's doing. Didn't she kind of earn it? No offense, but didn't she kind of earn it? If you're going to put listings out there that are clearly inaccurate, you probably are raising your hand going, I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So what's the simple fix for these situations? Real simple. By the way, I thought that was interesting. The above grade and the below grade were 8 feet apart, but that's a whole nother conversation. But if that's 400 feet, we know it's at least 400 feet less. 1233 will say less 400. Guess what else is unfinished typically in those lower levels? Furnace rooms, stuff like that, right? So you probably need to measure the 8x10 furnace room or storage room to get the approximate square footage on the below grade. But we're setting up, we all get so upset because agents don't treat us right. And when we do business like this, I'm not saying we deserve to be treated wrong, but you kind of set the tone, right? That you don't know what you're doing. So let's not do that. We do a pretty good job as a whole, I think, collectively. But to see these out there, I would even go as far as saying that house, if it was listed 10 times, 2 or 3 of them would look just like that.
Sure.
One last thing that I didn't think to say when I was up there. Sometimes you'll see them where it says below grade finished 0, above grade finished 2,400. And you get to the house and the buyer's like, what the hell's this?
Right.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of a big deal. Let's not be one of those agents that everybody shows up and go, yeah, this agent must not know what they're doing. And if you're a buyer on this, if you have the buyers on this one, make sure you educate them that this isn't correct. You know, it's possible, but it's not a completely accurate source.
When we measure the rooms, if we go in and measure them and estimate down.
Yeah, estimate down. Yep.
Yeah, and then when we're entering it, do we just say, because there's different ways, like where did you get that from?
Yes, the source.
The source. So do you say agent?
Caesar, that's over there. Yeah, you would say agent on that, right, Darren? Like if you're using your numbers, you would cite your yes. So absolutely. Sometimes the owner will have you change it. You know, I've had that happen where the owner's like, hey, I know we have this much square footage. I'm like, okay, well, you can put, that's a source you can put. All right. Just, I appreciate it's worth the conversation.
And if you don't think that's right, the owner's telling you that, you might ask them, hey, did you have this appraised when you bought it? Yeah, I mean, we bought it 3 years ago. The VA appraised it. Would you mind sending me a copy of that?
Sure.
Then look on there. And by the way, most of the time, then you'll go, oh, your appraisal actually says different. Oh, well, we always thought it was this.
Sure.
With the caveat, we had one in Archie that they did have the previous appraisal and it was wrong.
Okay.
The next appraiser came out, he's like, this is inaccurate.
Yeah.
They had measured, it looked like by the roof line instead of actually coming out.
Oh.
So when our appraiser came in, he's like, yeah, that's wrong. And he explained it all to us why, but.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yep.
You guys get out in Archie and Adrian, anything's possible. I'm telling you.
All right. I've got a few things I want to hit on this. Focus group. If you're not a part of the focus group, you're missing out because we're doing fun things, great things. And we're finding great things as we're doing the lead gen activities together. And I hear every single time we do this, I hear somebody say, I had a really great conversation, or I set an appointment, or I picked up a new client, and I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't on the focus group. Every call, somebody says that. And so just think it could be you. So it's not scary. It's actually pretty fun. So join us on Zoom Thursday. We do it Thursdays and Mondays at 11:30 for 1 hour. And like I say, it's a good time, and making money is a good time too. All right, this is coming up. This is called Breakthrough 120. I've been putting little things out there, and I'm going to tell you about it. This is coming up on April 6th through the 11th. This is the program that replaces Ignite. So if you've been waiting for Ignite to come back around, that class, it has been retired, and this is the fresh release from Keller Williams International. If you need 9 agreements in the next 120 days, this will be a class for you. If you sold less than 9 houses last year, this would be a house for you. This will be a class for you. It's always selling houses. There we go. It's a class for you. It is coming up, like I said, in 2 weeks-ish, 9 to 1. It's a 4-hour class. It's going to be pretty intense, but it's designed to take what Ignite was like a 20-week, 20-session class, and now we're putting it into 1 week. So it'll be pretty intense, but it is going to fire you up and get you going real quick. And so let me know if you want to be a part of that. I'm teaching this one every day, so you're sorry about that, but it'll be good. It'll be good. If you want to get into production, it'll be a good jolt for you. Well, this is kind of, I'm teaching this one as a trial to see how it runs, and we'll see the need. We'll cycle it through as the need comes back. And as we keep adding more agents to the brokerage, it's great for new agents. It's great for people that just, like I say, need a jolt or a jump start. So hang tight, Stacy. I bet we do it again. I bet we do.
Any agent that needs 9 agreements in 120 days is a good fit for this.
Yes.
Okay. So
correct.
if you're on cruise control, don't worry about it.
Right.
But most of us probably would.
If you don't need 9 more, don't worry about it. Crystal? Is that a Saturday? It's not supposed to be on Saturday, so I'll check the date. Maybe I went from my memory. 6th to the 10th, Monday through Friday. 6th to the 10th. So sorry about that. Thank you for catching that. Yes.
Does that mean we will not have a team meeting?
We will have team meeting, but our little group will go find somewhere else to meet during that time. But there will be team meeting that day.
Good question.
All right. Great question. What else we got? Ooh, I'm excited about this. Has anybody heard that Keller Williams has partnered with Zillow Preview? Have you heard about that? Have you read something about that on social media? Was it a good something or a not so good something? Both? All the above? Well, I'm actually excited to bring the truth and the facts because I'm really excited about this.
Big deal.
And I worked with my MAPS coach to say, okay, make sure I understand this. Break this down for me. What are we doing? What is this? And we had like a company-wide emergency call about it last week because we want to get the word out about what it is. So if you do see something about Keller Williams working with Zillow, didn't we say Zillow was the enemy, right? And I think there was a time Gary Keller said, we will never work with them or something along those lines. But here's the deal, guys. This industry is changing quickly. There are things happening, companies merging, companies getting bought out. Partnerships are forming, and it is happening fast. And I am so grateful and thankful that KW, being one of the big guy in the group, is able to move quickly, adjust quickly. And so this partnership is actually very strategic on our part, and you guys get to be a part of it. And so we here, and I don't know, I can't speak for all the states and all the different MLSs and all the things, other places, but we can take a coming soon listing. We can put it in our MLS, and we can market that locally. And social media, as long as we have a signed listing, it's in the MLS correctly, we can market it as coming soon. I don't know that it's that way in all the states. Well, what we'll be able to do here, this is pretty cool because it's a win-win-win, and I'll show you about that in a minute. So here's how the number of portals stack. So these are different places our clients are out looking for houses. And if we can see the different places that our clients are out looking, Zillow and Trulia I've actually heard it's 235 million monthly visits to their website. So a lot of people are going there, right? So out of these, who would we want to partner with? we pick them, right? More people are coming to them
Then the other three come.
than the other three,
Yeah.
even combined. So absolutely. So that's why Keller Williams chose Zillow, a big guy to big guy. Let's partner up here and let's see how we can make this a win-win. So what this looks like, this is actually a listing I have coming soon. I went to see what it would look like. So I looked it up. It's coming soon. It says up there, coming soon. This house, so what happens is when we do coming soon, it goes into Zillow, just like always. But you notice these two over here, request a tour and contact an agent. We know that if they click, as of right now, before the Zillow preview, what happens is when they click on that, where does that lead go? To their agent, right? They think they're contacting the listing agent, but that person doesn't know that they are contacting the Zillow agent who pays for those leads, right? Well, this Zillow preview will look a lot different. So what happens is if the client clicks request a tour, hold on, I got to remember, I want to get this right. So if they click request a tour, they will get partnered with a Zillow agent. But if they click on this one that says contact an agent, it might say contact the listing agent, it might change. They actually get connected to you. You don't have to pay for this because you're the listing agent, you're generating that lead, and they click this bottom one, it comes to you. Cool, we like that, right? If they click request a tour, it gets sent to one of their Zillow preview agents, premier agents, whatever they're called. Now, if that agent connects with that lead that came through your listing, that agent is going to pay a 40% referral fee to Zillow. Zillow is going to take that 40% and they're going to divvy it up. And part of it is going to go to you, the listing agent, because it was your house, your listing that generated that lead. So that's where this comes in. So on a house, I don't remember what the price point would be, $415,000-ish. House sells, the total GCI is $12,500 that comes in, or is generated off the sale. That Zillow preferred agent is going to pay that 40% referral fee, which is $5,000. Out of that $5,000, you, the listing agent, the Keller Williams listing agent, you're going to get 10% of that. No, 10% of total GCI. Thank you. So you, as a listing agent, get $1,250 just for putting your listing in coming soon. Then Zillow makes their money. They get the 5,000 minus your part. There's the 33,750. That's what Zillow is going to get, but they're going to share 10% of that back to our brokerage here, our office, at $375. So
Potentially free money.
potentially free money. So it sounds like win, win, win to me. Yes, Ryan? Correct. Individual office. So what will happen is, and we're working on that details. This is still rolling out, still fresh. It's going to come soon. I don't remember the start date. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to participate in this. If you don't want to be a part of this with your coming soons, you don't have to be a part of it. But I was talking to my coach. I was like, hey, run me through this. Make sure I really understand this because I want to be able to speak intelligently about it. And she's like, Brandy, I'm trying to punch holes in this thing and I can't really find where this is bad for us. So, yes. Yes. Correct. Now, and here's what I should also say. If that lead clicks that button and gets connected with the Zillow agent, and they don't buy your house, they buy another house within 90 days, you're still getting that. They don't have to buy your house. They can buy any house within 90 days. Now, if it goes beyond 90, deal's off. But if they buy any house within the 90 days, that still happens. Correct. And it's just back to business as usual.
That's how we understand it. Again, this is brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just letting you know, it's trying, and here, how many of you like doing pre-MLS or coming soon? Why do we like it? More marketing time, more exposure, more visibility. Yeah, you get the listing before it's ready yet, so why not, right? So are we not better listing agents if we can push this out to more people and get more eyeballs on our listings?
Variables they have on properties don't match up.
I'm not sure what that means.
So like, biggest thing was somebody would say, well, my house worth 275,000, still, it told me it was.
Well, that's his estimate and that's separate. That's just his estimate. That's not going to change. We do what we do and that's enough. So, correct. Yep, that's true. So that's what this partnership looks like. So if you see something online that doesn't look quite right, it could be that somebody's out there with some bad information. And that's why I wanted to make sure that I brought this to us with the correct information. Well, I'm going to get details on that. So one thing I do know is that as a brokerage, we will have an agreement with Zillow directly that when we'll get there and we'll get those details. I do know you can opt in and opt out. I just don't know how we opt in and opt out. So
And
let
I'm
me
still trying to figure out why anyone would opt out.
Right,
What am I missing here?
right,
Yeah.
right. I don't know yet. Soon. Ryan.
Go back.
Sure.
As Mark requested for and contact agents, the two things there, then is feedback from your, I'd like to see those two options switch and contact listing agents, on the white lots there.
I agree with you.
One gives us an opportunity that my listing, my leads, and that's how we call it. That's a better option, but what do people want to do? They just want to see a house. They don't care
Correct.
about the agent. So request the tours first. It's also highlighted, so and they're directing people directly there, which is okay if they're willing to do that. This is, I believe, their the rebuttal to like homes.com, and they've gone to my listings, my leads as well. We utilize homes.com. And homes.com was making a pretty big run, and so they were trying to overtake it. So this is a great option, and then they partnered with us too, so they're gonna cut homes.com off.
And there are other brokerages making other partnerships with Redfin, with those other homes.com. And guess what, guys? They're running their play. And then here's Keller Williams going, okay, we'll play that game too. We'll just do it better and bigger. Yep. Tony?
So if you're gonna opt in with it, you're gonna have to make sure you've had that conversation with the seller about it, buyers, the compensation. It goes along with that, correct? They request an agent, you're the listing agent, they're an unrepresented buyer.
I don't know. I mean, yes, there is that, but I don't see how that changes. I see what you're saying. So now that they have an option to contact us directly through Zillow, I see what you're saying. So yeah, that might come up a little more than we're used to.
Is there any chance a person that contacts you, Brandy, on your house there?
Yep.
Any chance they maybe buy a different house?
Good chance they
Maybe
might buy a different house.
99%, 95%. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get them into your world.
Absolutely. Yep. So Ryan, this may change. This is what it is today or yesterday when I grabbed the screenshot. So it will probably change, I would imagine. They would do that.
I would love to see contact listing agents.
Absolutely.
Contact. That's what you're really requesting.
And here's the other cool thing. This isn't just for anybody. This is for Keller Williams agents. There's RE/MAX. There's just a couple little handful of brokerages that are in this partnership. So that's kind of cool too. Not everybody gets to participate like this. Ryan?
More questions? Zillow, are they required to pay that referral fee, or is Zillow contracting to pay us no less that because they're collecting that fee from another brokerage that doesn't have this agreement?
That'll be interesting. I don't know because I don't know. I've never been a Zillow Premier agent, so I don't know what that. As far as I know, they buy leads and they pay a fee, and then it's their transaction, right?
Is anybody a Zillow preferred or whatever it's called agent? Yeah.
But I believe you buy leads and you just get the leads and you don't owe them another referral fee. This is different where I think they might have to sign up under this partnership where they are agreeing to pay the 40% referral fee. It's a good question. Let me write this down. Let me get that information for you. That's a great question.
You
Mm-hmm.
call.
Let me do some research. As soon as I know more, I'll get it out there. I just know there was kind of a rush because there was some bad information out there on social media. And I wanted to make sure that we got the right information out there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are a little behind schedule, but awards are important. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
They're all online
Oh,
again.
yeah, they're online now.
Yes.
So
So-
savvy and digital. It's awesome.
They're online. If you do want a printed copy of your award, see Becca and she'll get you a paper copy.
All right, we ready?
We're ready.
February awards. I love it. Here we go. Closed sales volume.
Yes,
As Lonnie says, that's what we get paid on, right?
that's right.
All right, number 3, group closed volume. The Fife real estate team, $310,000. Way to go, Fifes. Number 2 group, Durango Group, $759,000. Good job, Joanna. And the number 1 group for closed sales volume is New Edge Partners.
All right.
Just shy of $1 million. Excellent, excellent work. Number 3 team, closed sales volume, the Keith team, just over
no.
Over $1 million.
Oh,
Nicely done, you guys. Number 2, S&P Real Estate. That's Nate and his guys out there. 1.1. And number 1 team for closed sales volume is Lacey
all
Landon.
right.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Way to go. So that leads us on to individual
Yes.
closed sales volume for the month of February. Number 10, Glenda Monaco.
Good job, Glenda.
Good job, Glenda. Number 9, Erica Manel, $226,000. Number 8, Sandy Paxton, $245,000. Number 7, Tony Darty, $290,000.
right.
Number 6, Alex Bearden.
Good boy, Alex.
$22,000.
Birthday boy.
Good job, Alex. Number 5, Alex Raphael, $350,000. The Alex's were
Uh-huh.
I'll see what they did out
See
there. Number 4, Julie Phillips.
All right, Julie.
$307,000. Number 3, Brannigan Barnett, $690,000. Number 2 for individual closed sales volume is Darren Jones.
Okay.
$100,000. Oh, Darren. Tacos and tequilas on Darren, it looks
That's
like.
right.
Awesome. I love it. And the number 1 individual for the month of February was James McClay, $1.5 million.
Our rookie of the year.
Rookie of the
Rookie of
year.
the year.
And he
Yes.
shared in our panel, and he added so much value. If you guys missed that, I mean, I learned a ton of stuff. I forgot there was one of the things that he shared, and I don't have my notes in front of me, but I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. He was using GIS data to call and find investment properties. I'm like, holy smokes. Didn't even think to do that. Brilliant. And it's
Sweet.
obviously working for him. So
Right.
well done. Well done, James. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listings taken volume. That's Windshield, right? Those are the listings that we now have under representation. Listings taken volume. Number 3 group, Durango Group, $613,000. Good job, Joanna. Number 2, the Fife Real Estate team,
no.
over $1 million in listings taken volume. Good work. And the number 1 group is Lonnie Branson Real Estate, $3.1 million.
$3 million.
Oh,
Wow.
somebody's taking some spring and summer vacations, I'm thinking now.
All right.
That leads us to teams, listing taken volume. Number 3 team, O'Connor Real Estate, $990,000. Good job, Carrie. Number 2, the Finn Group, $1.2 million. Good job, Fins. And the number 1 team, S&P Real Estate, $1.6 million. Good job, S&P. And now we're on to individuals, listings taken volume.
Yep.
Jen Thompson,
Good job, Jen.
$242,000. Good job, Jen. Number 9, Sandy Paxton hitting the board again, $279,000. Number 8, Janelle Farron, $290,000. Good job, Janelle. Number 7, Tony Darty. He's still partying out there, $360,000.
There's another 7.
Number 6, Chris
Number-
Bradley. Oh,
7. We had a tie for 7.
hey,
Tie.
tie.
Yeah.
I love ties.
Yeah. 7
Chris
and 7.
Bradley.
Yeah, Chris.
$360,000. Good job, Chris. Number 6, Brannigan Barnett, $464,000. Number 5, Chad Green, 530,000. Good job out there, Chad. He's probably at the gym. Number 4, James McClay, still bringing the heat, 500 and almost 90,000. Number 3, individual listing taken volume, Trisha Henson,
Hi.
650,000. Trisha. Number 2, Shelby Uckert, 750,000. Sold by Shelby in her pink cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And number 1 individual for listings taken volume, Julie Feller.
All right, Julie.
50,000. Good job, Julie.
Good job, Julie.
What's next?
It'll.
Oh, home runs. There we go. I was trying to guess. 1 listing, 1 under contract, and 1 closing. Home runs. Here we go. Maybe I broke the thing already. Good deal. Brandon Barnett,
Hi,
home
Brandon.
run. Karen Jones, home run. James McClay, home run. Joe Goodwin, home run. Nathan Priest, home run. Trisha Henson, home run. And $1 million month goes to Jacob and Caitlin Lacey, 1.5 million. James McClay, 1.5 million. Nathan Priest, 1.1 million. Jake Keith, 1 million. Darren Jones, $1 million. First closing, Mike Lesmeister.
Hey,
Carrying
Mike.
on everything he knows.
All right.
OP moments.
Sweet. Thank
There
you,
you go,
Tim.
I already broke
Good
it.
job, Tim.
You got it. Thanks.
We're tight on time, so I'll just cover 1 or 2 quick things. First of all, the engagement we're getting with the focus group and those stories just are constant.
Yep.
And if I'm trying to think of who I heard the other day, but it's at least once or twice a week. They're like, yeah, I made some calls and you're not going to believe what happened. I'm like, yeah, I kind of believe what happened. That's how that works. I wouldn't, if I didn't stop and do this, I wouldn't have made that call. How many times do you got to hear that over and over again? So guys, whatever causes you to engage this thing, do it. If it's the focus group, great, highly recommend. Okay. If not, find your jam, find your thing that causes you to engage this thing. You have to be proactive. There are people out there hunting for business within our walls and outside our walls. You need to be a hunter as well. Okay. That's part of what we do. So I don't have time to go through my whole spiel. By the way, the triangle's back. Okay. Took a few weeks off, but it's back. So I think you ask yourself 3 questions when you talk about the database. Again, this is the database triangle. I need at least 200 people in my world. Everybody else is the general public. Guys got that, right? Got it? Cool. Now what we need to figure out is A, do I have enough people? Do I have 200 people legitimately in my database to service, to call on, and so on and so forth? For most of us, the answer is no. I don't have enough people. I need more people. How many people in this room need more people?
Yep.
We're a little short of 200 maybe? Okay. All right, most of us are, if we're really being honest. We may have 220 in there. Really, let's police that a little tighter. So do I have enough people? Then to me, the most important thing is there are people operating in this, getting awards right here. Their number isn't 200, it's maybe 60. But they got 60 cool ones, okay? Cool kids, right? There's 60 people they have an amazingly high relationship with. In other words, they're in the top of the pyramid. Therefore, they don't need the other 140. Now, they may get them over time, but they are so good with that really solid group. It is just making their business go round, okay? I don't recommend that because I'm a numbers guy. 200 is easy to find if you just get out there and hustle a little bit. But we've got to ask ourselves, do I have enough people? And then where do they fall within this category? Then when you have them in here, families here, and families here, the third question is, am I engaging this group in a way that I can expect that the people that are down here over time will graduate to a higher level within my world, okay? If we don't touch them, I can assure you, even if they're here, they will slowly slide right out of here, okay? I watch the coming soons of MLS every day. I got my heart broken twice last week while I was in Pinehurst. 2 people, former clients of mine, both listed their house with somebody else, okay? I don't think I did anything wrong. I just think somebody had a better relationship for whatever reason. Happens, right? So both those people were probably in this category, but they didn't choose me. So I did not stay in relationship with them at a high enough level to earn that business. On me, not on them. You guys get that? That will happen. That's part of this. But if you're going to let those relationships stay there, there's probably a 10, 15% chance you get hired when they're ready to do business or refer it. Okay. And if you're okay with that, that's cool. I'm at a stage of my business, I can kind of be okay with that. Okay. I'm on a little bit of cruise control, to be honest with you. Most of you guys are building right now. If you're in building mode, don't let those families sit down here because they're not going to perform at a high enough level for you. Advance those relationships, make them stronger constantly, and all of a sudden you double the chances of getting paid, and then double it again if you get them to the top of your pyramid. You guys get that? Okay. That's all I got. That's what we're going to talk about from now on. That's all I'm ever talking about. Yeah. Pyramid only.
Pyramid on, no. Well, I appreciate you bringing it back because we were missing it. So, all right. Any thoughts, questions, or ahas before we close out? Yep. It does. It smells good. It smells really good.
Caesar's out there sweating.
I think it, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to transition. This meeting is now over. We're going to transition to the lunch and learn. So we'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Brandy.
I'll take your microphone. So you can think freely.
Yeah.
Survive the first meeting.